Well, a very good evening to you and a warm welcome to Haventon Waterloo Football Club for the third and final element of the 2022 Kentish Cup football competition. And wow, have we got a game for you tonight. It's the UK Armed Forces against the French Forces to decide who will win the centenary Kentish Cup trophy and take that either back over the English Channel or to where it has been for the last 4 competitions right here in the UK. And joining me this evening, as he was here with us on Monday, is Andy Kutcher, who of course is the RAF head team coach and manager, but joining us tonight very much with his UKAF tie on. In fact, it's the RAF tie, but you know, we'll let you off, Andy. A very good evening to you and a very warm welcome to Haventon Waterlooville, and we really are looking forward to a terrific night of football.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was really anticipation sat on the M25 driving down. Do you know what? Really exciting. A cooler night tonight, so absolutely should be a lot easier for the players to perform in this weather. But a real exciting game ahead of us. UKAF having to win. You know, a draw's probably no good, or isn't any good. So yeah, really looking forward to this one.
I mean, it's a difficult one to call. UKAF obviously were very impressive in their 3-1 victory over the Dutch on Monday evening. But I saw the French play their game against the Dutch on Wednesday night, and they were equally impressive against what it has to be said was a fairly tired-looking Dutch side. They obviously didn't benefit from having played 2 games in 48 hours, which is what they had to do. But nevertheless, the French did what they had to do. They won 4-0, and as you say, that therefore gives them the goal difference advantage, which means that if the match ends in a draw, then the cup will go to the French.
Yeah, you know, a tough couple of days for the French to recover, but did a job. I believe I wasn't here at the game on Wednesday, but I was watched the highlights and listening to your commentary. And obviously, I know they made 6 changes right at the end of the game, so they had one eye certainly on this game. Made plenty of changes at the end just to make sure that they save some fresh legs for today. But yeah, an intriguing game. I've just been watching the French warm up. They look a very strong, athletic side. And speaking to a couple of the UKAF lads during the week, they came and obviously watched the game and are expecting a really tough, athletic game today. So yeah, excited by it.
It is going to be a tough one. I mean, and the thing is that this is so important to all the teams, all the nations that take part. Talking to the Dutch earlier, it's vitally important for them as well. The flags now coming out onto the pitch, which suggests that very shortly the players will be making their entrance as well. But UK Armed Forces have won the Kentish Cup, Andy, 25 times in the 100 years the competition has been going. The French have actually won it 28 times over that period. But the last time the French were actually victorious in the Kentish Cup was in 2012. But UKAF, of course, 4 successive wins. They're going for 5 in a row, which would be a record for them. But actually, the team who's won the most successive Kentish Cup victories has been the Belgians, who, of course, are no longer involved in the competition. But they won it 8 years on the trot between 1973 and 1980. 4 times successfully as well between 1990 and 93. It's a shame the Belgians aren't involved anymore. We had, I think, a brief period when 4 teams were involved in the tournament, but it's back to its 3-team format, which I suppose that's really down to the economics of the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's you know, we were discussing it just before we went live on air, and you know, it would have been nice potentially for the centenary year to invite the Belgians back, but as we alluded to when we were discussing, you know, it'd be great to get the Belgians and the Germans and make this competition even bigger. But as it is as it is, and you know, today we're in the cup final, so let's hope that the UK Armed Forces come out victorious.
Well, I think Brigadier General Kentish would have been delighted really with the longevity of this competition, how long it has survived, because obviously it survived a lot of things. We had the pandemic for the last 2 years, which meant that it hasn't been played now for 3 seasons, but we are back. 2018, for whatever reason, the Dutch had to pull out at the last minute, so we didn't have a Kentish Cup then as well. But it is great that it's back up and running, and I know how this is valued by everyone involved in military football, whether it's, you know, here in the UK or over in France or in Belgium.
Well, it's the pinnacle of all three services, you know, of football in all three services, and every player that represents here is representing not only their service but their country. And you know, what an accolade and an achievement, one, to not only be selected, but to reach and you know, represent your country at international level. So.
Well, maybe we can take a look at the two teams who will be coming out very, very shortly for the start of this. And really, as far as UKAF is concerned, they have one change. Different Pearce making one change, really, in the starting lineup to the team that beat the Dutch on Monday, and that is the experienced Keith Emerson coming in for Phil Bright in the defensive role. Keith will be wearing number 5 tonight, and obviously Brighty will be on the bench. A bit hard on the young man, because he's not done anything wrong at all. He's one of your boys, of course, but I think you can see Diffin really wants to make sure that defence is absolutely rock solid at the back to keep the French at bay.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's you know, Mr. Reliable Keith Emerson's been here, seen it, done it, been in and around this sort of group and organisation for a long time, and sometimes, you know, in big games like this, you have to go with a bit of a gut feel and go with a little bit of experience, like you've alluded to. Brighty did absolutely nothing wrong, had a fantastic game, has had an unbelievable season for single service and UKAF, and I'm sure he'll be bitterly disappointed, but ready to come on second half if the old dog's legs start going a little bit. Well,
he could be certainly an impact substitute tonight, and you know, that he's got so much going for him. He's had a really great season, hasn't he, as young Phil, and I know he's got a lot of supporters who I'm sure will be hoping very much that they will see him in action as the game progresses. As far as the rest of the UKAF team, well, there's a lot of experience in there, of course. A lot going to rest on the shoulders of the captain Danny Kerr tonight, and Jake Gosling, who knows all about, of course, scoring goals in these big competitions.
Jake's a man for big games. You know, he's, as you've seen all season, comes up with the trumps of the big games. And Danny Kerr, a surprising goal scorer in Monday nights with a header, with a late burst into the run, but such an important goal at a vital time of the game where, you know, it was 1-1. Came up, and that's what you expect from your Captain Marvel. So he's an unbelievable athlete, unbelievable lad, great footballer, and I'm sure he'll be leading this team out with pride.
Well, the French just about to come out onto the pitch as well, and their team manager Francois Petit has had to make 6 changes to his starting line. You alluded to the fact that he'd brought all his substitutes on in the game against the Dutch the other night. The big change really for them is number 5, the big number 5, Abdelif Boudier, has missed out this evening. He suffered, unfortunately, a bout of concussion in the game on Wednesday, which meant that he's unable to play this evening. But it looks a very strong French side as well, and I must admit I was particularly impressed by Brandon Mwenza. Got a hat-trick. Anyone who scores a hat-trick at this level is a player worth watching. And also their number 10 as well, Ladislas Dunimar, is a player to keep a very close eye on as well. Very, very talented, a lot of skill. Same with Jason as well, Jeannet Jason, and they've got another big striker in Eddie Foulard, who is on the bench again this evening, but he was certainly very much an impact player. Came on and scored their 4th goal against the Dutch.
Yeah, I think it'll be, you know, the French have a different style to potentially the Dutch, so it'll be interesting how UKAF set up. Obviously, without disclosing how, well, I suppose we can now, I think Diffin's going to go with a 4-3-3, which is a complete change to the 4-diamond-2 that he played on Monday. So obviously he's thought about the game tactically and how he can hurt the French. So let's see if his tactics come to fruition.
Well, here come the two teams then coming out onto the pitch to warm applause this evening. And our officials this evening, Don Fritzen, the Dutch referee tonight. His assistants Dan Smith and Gaz Dunn from the Army, with 4th official Ben Duffel as well. And they are looking after the match on the pitch tonight. So we've got a Dutch totally neutral man in the middle this evening, which it's obviously good to see in terms of neutrality. I thought that the 2 games so far have been handled extremely well by the officials. They've done a great job. Very shortly we'll have the national anthems for the 2 teams. Just before that happens, the teams being presented to our VIPs this evening. That's Donald Walker, who is from the match sponsors Avanti, who look after the team in terms of their sponsorship, and also Lieutenant Colonel Rob Swan, who is the Deputy Chairman of UKAF Football. So they're being presented at the moment to both sets of players, and after that we will have the national anthems for both of these teams, with the young ladies and gentlemen who are looking after the flags this evening, the flag bearers. Time now then for the national anthems. The national anthems for both our nations involved in this Kentish Cup final frontier match tonight, as they shake hands with each other and look forward to the game. And as ever, wherever you are watching this evening, you're really welcome. It's great to have you with us on our Forces News Facebook and YouTube channel tonight. Any messages you want to get through, then please get those through to us, and we'll try and read them out in between all the bits of action. Matthew Sullivan says, smash on Phil Bright. Well, you may have to wait for a while, Matthew, until he gets on the pitch. Check the Union flag, says John Edwards. Tim Cooper is watching. Good evening to you, Tim. John Douglas looking at another fantastic game tonight here in Musselburgh. And Andy Murphy, good luck UKAF from sunny California. So we've got those of you watching all over the world tonight, and hopefully there's a few of you watching as well over in France, and we'd like to hear some messages indeed of support for the French players, as well as I'm sure there's some families and friends over there who are going to be wishing their players well too. The French players, obviously the bleu tonight, they were wearing white, by the way, on the Wednesday night when they played the Dutch forces, and our UKAF team are wearing their red strip and blue socks tonight. So we're all set, ready to go for what promises to be an exciting match here. We're just so looking forward to it. It's been sort of, the sense of anticipation has been growing all day, Andy.
We mentioned it as soon as we walked into the ground, didn't we? There just seems to be an air of anticipation, an air of excitement. There's a nice crowd gathered, you know, and everybody's really excited for an exciting game. So yeah, let's hope it lives up to the hype and the expectation.
Absolutely. I think it might be a bit tight to start with. The French obviously know that they just need a draw to win tonight, so they may be a bit more defensive maybe than they were against the Dutch on Wednesday. UKAF know they need to win this game. That's why the first goal is going to be so vital this evening.
Yeah, it's crucial, and I think it's going to be about which team can settle. As we saw against the Dutch, UKAF, you know, it took 5 or 6 or sort of 10-15 minutes for the game to settle, didn't it? And then it was an end-to-end open game, and the Dutch popped the ball around nicely. UKAF were very ruthless in their in the 3 chances that they had. And then the French against the Dutch, they were ruthless in the amount of goals that they scored. So today I'm hoping for an exciting open game with lots of goals.
Well, that's what we're hoping for, and obviously from a British point of view, UKAF desperately determined to make it 5 on the trot, and who knows, who's to say they're not going to do that tonight, but all will unfold within the next 90 minutes or so. And of course we know though it won't go to anything like extra time and penalties, because the goal difference are different, which means that the French, of course, a draw, as we say, is good enough for them. Just a few more messages coming through. Gareth Thomas is watching this evening. Good evening to you, Gareth. Carl Milgate, all the best, Diffin, lads, and great coverage again, John, and the team. Thank you very much indeed, Carl. Great to hear from you tonight. Of course, your Oppo in the women's team as far as the RAF are concerned, and in fact the UKAF team as well, because they've had a pretty good year as well, haven't they?
The UKAF ladies, yeah, and obviously the RAF ladies. So yeah, Carl, I know Carl extremely well, a fantastic coach, a real football man. And it's good to see that the wider footballing circles watching and tuning in. So enjoy your evening, everybody.
So we're just gone 7 o'clock here, and Don Fryn, the Dutch referee, is about to get the game underway. UKAF in their red strip, kicking from right to left as we watch from the main stand here at Havant and Waterlooville. And really important these early moments of the match, of course. French have the very first throw-in of the game.
You can tell it's a different evening to the Monday, John. The floodlights have already come on.
Indeed, yes, and Wednesday we didn't see the floodlights at all. It was a very bright Wednesday, but just a bit more cloud cover here on the south coast tonight. Whether we've got any rain forecast, I'm not sure. Here's Mwenza, dangerous looking player, finds the number 10. Dunamar, still going. Back to his number 9. Referee says that was a foul, and the French win the first free kick of the game. Ladislas Dunamar is a very slippery customer, and UKAF are going to have to watch him very carefully.
So yeah, as we said before the game, it looks like sort of UKAF have set up in that 4-3-3 formation. French look as if they've gone a 3-5-2, same as what they played on Monday, but let's have a look at how effective they are.
Arundel then with a free kick, the captain. Oof. Offside though, the offside flag going up straight away, so the danger cleared. So an early touch of the ball then for Luke Carney, who had he actually a very important part to play, didn't he, on Monday night? He made several good saves, including one with his feet in the first half, which was a really crucial moment of the early stages of the game.
Yeah, did really well. Made two, like you say, three or four crucial saves, and kept UKAF in the game at important times of the game, really. But let's hope he's not as busy as he was against the Dutch tonight.
That was Dumas there, the number 15 for the French. He's the man who's come in to replace Bouillard, who say we took the head injury and therefore was unavailable for the French team tonight. But Moussa Gomis looks a very, very tough character indeed. The centre going to be the heart of that French defence tonight, and I'd imagine as well he's the sort of person, if the French get set pieces, is going to be dangerous in the box, as is Keith Emerson for the UKAF team as well. Emerson gives away another free kick, which the French will take. Quickly taken by Dunamar.
That's a great ball.
It's a lovely ball looking for the centre forward, but that's really well defended by Joe Thomas.
And tied it up nicely there. Who was that? Sam Atkinson?
Yeah, Atkinson. Yeah. It's going to be a very different clash from the one that we saw against the Dutch with the French, who, unfortunately, the Dutch really didn't show too much of their striking capability. They weren't allowed to. So it's going to be an interesting one, and I'd imagine that chances might be rather fewer and far between tonight. With really important that when chances do come, that they're taken. Emerson, great header, collected by the captain, by Arundel.
Well brought down, nicely spread, but you know, I think that's straight away just highlights why Keith's been brought into there. That aerial presence of that ball that tried to play in behind him, and he's just won it dominantly, and just gives you that security and that aerial presence.
Destiny. Ball goes wide onto that left-hand side of the field. Out of play, says the referee. Quite rightly, throw in to UKAF. The first 4 minutes of this game, and it's 0-0 between UKAF and the French forces in this deciding match in the centenary Kentish Cup for 2022. And it's how good it is to have football back again. Big chase on now Mwenza, hat-trick man on Wednesday night. Mwenza plays the ball in field. Chance for the French here, but well cleared by UKAF. Shot comes in from Andre. Again, he's a dangerous player too. All these French players have got pace. They've got the abilities, very much like the UKAF, and that's why I think it's going to be such an important, such an interesting battle tonight.
Yeah, there was a little sign there that just trying to see what number he is. Lad up top, but spun down the channel there and gave a little Sam Rawlins a little bit of a foot race, and they got across him, but unfortunately, luckily, it's come to nothing.
It kind of, we didn't see too much of Jean Chopin, the French goalkeeper, about what he's capable of in the evening. And I know that UKAF will want to put him under a certain amount of pressure. And here come UKAF. Here's Emerson. Nice little 1-2. The ball is a French one. Mike Campbell had a really good game for UKAF on Monday night.
Yeah, I think just got to be careful with Cammy, because I think behind closed doors he's got a little bit of a hamstring niggle, so we just have to see how that one goes.
Well, he was certainly, shall we say, a little bit leggy towards the end of the game on Monday, wasn't he?
Yeah,
but,
he was, yeah. But
at least they've had 5 days of rest, and I gather they didn't actually go for a swim in the Solent this time, which is a cure-all apparently.
Weak, John. Weak.
maybe the sea was a bit too cold for them this time.
Yeah. So first set piece for UKAF, delivered.
Yeah.
There's the target.
And Emerson gets the header in. That header goes wide, and the man who's gone down is the big centre half, Moise Gomes, has gone down there.
Be interesting to see how the French cope with the physicality of some of, you've got Joe Thomas, good in the air. Keith, obviously, we've already discussed. Liam Corrigan, Sam Rawlins, good players in the air. So we've got some big lads in the UKAF side tonight. So be interesting to see how they come up against our lads.
I think the UKAF boys well aware, of course, of it being Armed Forces weekend, and what a great start to Armed Forces Day it would be if they can reclaim the Kentish Cup for a 5th successive season. I think all these things are incentives for them tonight, but no more big an incentive than playing the French. Here is Mwenza. Nice ball through to the number 10 on the edge of the box, and once again it's a save from Dumas, a really good save from Luke Carney, and that just goes to show how potent that duo is up front for the French. Yeah. They get the throw in on that far side, but that combination of Dumas and Mwenza, really, really dangerous. UKAF have got to watch that really carefully. The cross comes in. Great clearance from the big centre half for UKAF for Emerson. Atkinson challenging well. Here's Mwenza. Spoke to him very briefly at the end of the game on Wednesday, and he was delighted, obviously, getting a hat-trick. Not too many hat-tricks have been scored in the Kentish Cup. Well, that challenge was not in the book from Florent Andre.
But again, great save from Luke Kearney there. Just shows his importance to this team. Yeah. One straight ball, little flick, a finish, but stood up really well, and another good, important save from Luke.
Yeah, so Carney making that save in the 7th minute. And it's all going to be so important tonight. Every player on this pitch is going to have a vital role to play. The French looking very solid at the back so far.
Yeah, he's made some nice touches, the 10. Yeah. Ladislas Duniaya. There's my fluent French, John.
Well, between us, I think we'll probably just about muddle through, won't we?
Yeah.
Here's Emerson.
But he looks a bit of a handful.
Yeah, he does. And here he is again.
Yeah.
Referee says play on. He didn't. He fell with a certain amount of grace. David Vincent plays the ball out wide. UKAF then bringing it forward, but a good interception and challenge from Pape, who's one of the players who's come into the starting lineup for the French this evening. Ball just a little bit too long for Moenza. I say he's certainly got his goal-scoring boots on. He likes this 4G pitch here.
Yeah. It just needs to calm us down. Just keep the ball. UKAF just need to keep the ball and just.
I think it's the kind of opening that we expected.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the right thing to do. Just shift the French, move it side to side, and just keep the ball calm in possession. Don't risk the pass. No need to risk the pass. There you go. Just enjoy the ball for a couple of minutes.
Atkinson, long ball forward. He's aiming for Emerson, charging in on this left-hand side, and he's challenged by the big number 15. And that was interesting shoulder charge there. And Emerson didn't like it, and he's talking to the referee about it. But the referee says that was fair enough. As far as the substitutes are concerned for UKAF, Guy Embry's asking, well, Jordan Brooks, Mark Drysdale, Phil Bright, Tom Clace, Mike Atkinson, Harry Girdwood, of course, who scored on Monday night, and Sean Thompson. They are on the bench this evening for UKAF. But it's the French driving forward again. It's the big number 15 who gets there first, but that's a really important interception.
Well done.
For UKAF.
Thomas,
yeah, well Thomas did a great job.
Yeah, read that really well, really well. It was simple football, nice simple football and a quick diag.
Yeah. The French, I think it's fair to say, probably settled the best so far, haven't they? They're just more confident on the ball at the moment. UKAF, as you're saying, having to defend. But as you say, I don't think they'll be too bothered at the moment.
No, I think it's just a matter of UKAF just understanding the shape. You know, the Dutch obviously played a different shape, so it's just a matter of giving yourself 10 minutes or so just to settle into the game and figure out who's picking up who.
And it was a foul on Gosling there. The referee has given the free kick to the.
Now this
UKAF
is a chance,
player.
John. This is a chance, because I did some match analysis on the French the other day, and they don't particularly defend well in respect to defending free kicks. I think they relied quite a bit on the goalkeeper to come and claim. So this could be a real opportunity for UKAF, sending some of the big boys up.
Okay, well let's see. It's going to be Gosling who's going to take the free kick. Some big men in there for UKAF.
An overload at the back.
Yeah, they scored, of course,
Picked it up now.
two-headed goals against the Dutch in the first game. Gosling with a free kick. It's a good one. It's a great header. Oh, what a brilliant header that was by Liam Corrigan off the crossbar. So you were quite right. Your analysis was perfect.
There you go. Not my first rodeo. But yeah, you know, there's Liam, and we talked about that Liam Corrigan, Sam Rawlins, and Keith Emerson sort of trio of ability in the air. So you know, unfortunately, just the wrong side of the bar. But
I think he might be disappointed because he had a bit of a free header, really, didn't he?
Yeah, but you know, I think they'll certainly take encouragement from the first ball whipped in, and we've created an unbelievable chance. So it only breeds confidence.
It does indeed. The best chance of the game so far falling to UKAF after 12.5 minutes, leading nearly, getting that opening goal. And of course, if UKAF were to score the opening goal, then the French really would have to go for it, because they're the ones at the moment who would be settling for a draw if necessary. But neither side really is playing as if they're settling for just a draw tonight.
No, and I think it's that tournament mentality football. You know, it's do you sit and defend, and it's a risky game to play, or do you take the game to the opposition? Luckily for UKAF, it's not really an option for them. They've got to go and win the game, whereas the French have got to make a decision. So well done, Liam Corrigan. Nice.
That's Corrigan again on the
little
ball.
Switch. There you go.
Switches the ball wide onto this left-hand side to Mike Campbell. Campbell, it's cut out though. Chance now for the dangerous Dunamar to go ahead. Challenged by Thomas.
I'll tell you what.
And this is the big number, the little number 9. That combination once again working for the French. Thomas again clears well. But the French will have the opportunity. The decision from...
Yeah, he's certainly dangerous in his movement, isn't he, the 10? There we go, he goes again just off the shoulder.
He's here, there and everywhere.
Yeah,
he really is all over the pitch.
In behind Joe Thomas there, you know, on the blind side.
But UKAF seem to have the measure of it so far. But working their way nicely, the French at the moment. Nicely played there by UKAF, by Sam Atkinson. Goes back to Luke Carney. Here's Joe Thomas. Atkinson. And Thomas again. Just prepared to build with a bit of confidence, just keeping themselves on the ball. Emerson beats one man. Touch through forward for McCarthy. Scott McCarthy shielding it, challenged by 2 French players. And that was a free kick.
Yeah, it was a free kick. But that's
a blatant push, really.
You know, Scott needs to do what he did on Monday. Do you remember? We just, you know, where he was opening up and just driving at people rather than trying to pass that ball, get at them, commit players. And I thought he was fantastic doing it against the Dutch. Really caused them a problem and a headache. So we just need to get back to what he's good at. And hopefully he'll open a few doors for Cammy working off him.
Parpe with the ball forward, but that's no danger at all. Luke Kearney, he'll clear it quickly, hoping to catch the French out on the hop. And the header eventually goes out for a throw-in. I think a quick break could be a key for UKAF tonight. Yeah. Certainly turning defence into attack if they can.
Well, it's obviously something they've analysed and assessed, because as soon as Luke got the ball, you could hear Diff, you know, and pointing, get the ball up the pitch quickly. So it's something maybe they've identified the French have a weakness in, and just, you know, play on the counter and quickly.
Well, Sam Atkinson claiming that came off a French foot, but the referee and his assistants did not agree, so it'll be a French throw-in. Paul Smith shares, by the way, sharing the game from Forces News on Lincoln City Vitals Forum this evening. So any Lincoln City fans who are tuning in this evening, great to have you with us up there in that lovely city of Lincoln. But it remains 0-0 here. Just over a quarter of an hour played in this Kentish Cup centenary game. Emerson clears the ball forward. Nicely headed on for them by McCarthy. Jake Gosling looking for any scraps that he can find.
Oh, he's in. Oh, no, he's not. Well, it was just close there to pinching it, but... UKAF just trying to split that back 3, make him kick it long. Brilliant.
Not what they would normally do, the French players.
No, absolutely, but it's getting them out of their comfort zone, something that they might not be good at. So
nicely played by Destiné. French still with the opportunity here as Andre, the number 11, and a rare slip up from Dunyama. Still going, the number 10, challenging. Ball clear though eventually by UKAF. Holding steady at the back. Opportunity then, can McCarthy claim onto it, but he can't. Jason got there first.
But that was better. Bit of strength, you know, he's flicked it, and then, you know, trying to utilise his strength and pace and get him behind. But
here's the captain, Arundel. Only as far as the UKAF red shirt. French have it back though.
That's tidy feet. Who was that?
Arundel, the captain.
Yeah.
Very steady at the back. looking very composed, the French. In fact, both teams looking pretty composed at the back at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's an even game. I think, you know, if you're looking at possession stats, you know, the French have probably had a little bit more of the ball, but, you know, they're not hurting UKAF really. So I think UKAF just got to be patient, keep plugging away, being tight, being compact, and they'll get chances.
Well, they've had that first big chance of the game has fallen to UKAF, who's just joined us. It is 0-0 in this Kentish Cup decider, and it was a brilliant header from Liam Corrigan from a free kick from Jake Gosling from the right-hand side. Beat all the defenders. It was virtually a free header, but the header went right against the crossbar. I think it's still shaking now after that.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is what UKAF are doing well. They're stopping those two centre-halves getting on the ball. So it's actually making the keeper go big, look. And then we've got, you know, big lads at the back that don't win it. Typical.
Live here on Forces News Facebook and our YouTube channel this evening. Live coverage of this Kentish Cup finale for 2022 for the centenary season. Thomas. Back to the goalkeeper. Apparently Luke really likes his pink kit. That's what the lads told me earlier. Atkinson. That's a nice ball forward. Aimed for Emerson. Ball falls inside to Campbell. That was an unfair challenge, says the referee, on Dave Vincent by the number 20, Jonathan.
Done well there, David. Just nicked it away. It was a little bit of a ball behind him from Cammy, and you know he's turned it into bought the free kick and got us back in good possession. Here we go. Here's that potential.
The free kick comes in. A header from Gosling.
Tell you what, it's a way forward for us.
It was actually Luke Thomas, wasn't it, with the header, and now very quickly brought forward by the French. That's a fantastic ball forward, aimed for the number 9, Moenza, who knows how to score. And in at the back is the number 20, and he has scored for the French. Well, the opening goal scored by Jonathan Lesage. It was a wonderful through ball from the number 10. Dunimar put the ball forward. Brandon Moenza on the end of it. The cross eluded everybody, and there on the end of it was Jonathan Lesage to score for the French, and they have the first goal in this Kentish Cup match.
Was it just a little slip by the... Who was that at the back? Was it Keith Emerson? Just a little... He's just misjudged the ball.
It was a very, very good cross forward, though, and Lesage was approaching, kept his composure, kept his cool to touch the ball in the net. So this is a bit of a blow early doors for UKAF, trailing by a 0-0 to the French, who have made a really strong start to this game.
Yeah. Well, they've got nothing to lose now, have they, UKAF? You know, we've got to get at them, get back in the game. But there's plenty of time, no rush to panic.
They're not panicking. I think there's plenty of goals in this match.
Absolutely.
And I can't see the French sitting back.
No.
So let's see what UKAF are made of. It's the first time, of course, they've trailed in the Kentish Cup this season. But tactics may have to just change a little bit. Here's Gosling, collects that ball.
Here's a man who can change a game.
Doesn't win the throw-in, though. It was a very intelligent bit of play from Tritz there. The number 2.
Important header.
It was an important header. Was it a dangerous one?
Yeah,
dangerous play. Quickly taken free kick.
Brave header as well.
Safe into the hands of the goalkeeper.
It's a good header there.
Chopin using his pianist skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
With a name like Chopin, he must be a good musician, I'd have thought. Brett Ahern says, "Come on, UKAF." Trailing here by a 0-0 in this Kentish Cup finale. which means, of course, that UKAF now need 2 goals at the moment. Emerson has been caught out. No, he hasn't. He was in there again. Recovered well. The dangerous number 20, Lesage. Pepe, nice play inside, nice ball inside to Destiny.
Yeah, it's calm, good defending.
He plays the ball across the field.
Oh, well, referee, free kick.
Yeah, that was a rather a strong challenge.
Late challenge there from who was it? Liam
Joe Thomas, was it?
No, Liam Corrigan.
Liam Corrigan, yeah.
Late challenge, but again, nice play from the French. You know, in a tight area, got out, little 1-2. But UKAF are unlucky here because they had an overload here, and it was just that little bit of quality on the final ball. But you know, doing the right things in right areas, it'll come.
Trailing though by a 1-0. If you just joined us live here on Forces News, Facebook and YouTube this Friday evening here at Haventon Waterlooville, down here almost on the south coast. Emerson confident enough to beat a couple of players inside his own 18-yard box. The French defence is shaping up. We didn't see too much of them, of course, on Wednesday. Weren't really sure what they could do, but they're looking pretty confident at the moment. But that's nice play then by Sam Atkinson. Makes the challenge again. Andre holding up the ball well. Inside to Destiny. Double challenge. UKAF now with a chance to bring it forward. The first time ball though not quite good enough from Dave Vincent. Almost put Mike Campbell through, but the French defender was there first.
Just that final ball, isn't it, at the minute, John? We're just lacking that little bit of quality in the final ball. If you're creating the chances and the openings, it's just now that 1%, that little attention to detail, and just that little bit of care.
The French are playing with a lot of confidence, though.
Yeah, they're moving the ball quickly, aren't they? They're moving it a little bit sharper than us.
And they probably just about deserve to be ahead. Of course, as you say, that great chance for UKAF. The header against the crossbar from Liam Corrigan. But it's the French who lead 1-0. No need to panic just yet. And there won't be any panic stations at all for UKAF.
No. That's a good ball, that. That's a better ball.
The referee says that was a fair challenge. Captain Arundel brings it away. Cleared by Thomas.
All tidied up, all tidied up.
Nice play from David Vincent.
Yeah, really good play.
Back to Emerson. And he'll find his goalkeeper. 26 minutes played. The French 1-0 in front.
Just need one of our midfielders to just maybe play between the lines, or one of the front three. The front three and the middle three, just both all playing on the same lines. We just need to break those little pockets. Just cause the French a few little problems by dragging them out of shape. You see the hole in there? Just needs that little pocket.
Vincent
in the pocket.
Danny Kerr. Nice touch for a great ball forward for Campbell on the edge of the box. Inside, opportunity. Gosling leaves it. Oh, and it was just a little bit difficult for Atkinson, but he's still there inside the 18-yard. Will take the ball wide, try and get a cross in. Wins a corner. Claimed a penalty. I think it was a rather...
just needed a little bit more on that back heel, didn't it?
It was a little bit...
very inventive. Good
it
play.
Was inventive, yeah. And this is good play. And set pieces look as if they could go well for the UKAF team tonight. So let's see what they can do with this corner, which Jake Gosling will take from that right-hand side.
So the French opting to defend zonally. This will be interesting.
Corner comes in. Goalkeeper takes it well to Chopin. Ariel Celeste says, we can do this, guys. And no doubt, Ariel, you are cheering for the French team this evening. It's good to hear comments coming from across the English Channel as well. Any in French, I might have a few problems with.
He's a big old unit, is the French keeper, isn't he?
He is a big lad.
A big lad.
Jason goes cross field to Destiny, or rather Pepe, I should say. Pape. Back to the number 4, Jason.
Might be a namesake of the old famous player Jean-Pierre Papin. What a player he was.
He certainly was. That was an important bit of play there from Liam Corrigan.
Yeah, took no chances there.
Just keeping Moenza out. They are so fast on the break, these French players. Thritz, Stefan Thritz will take the throw in. Aimed for Andre. Back to Thritz rather.
Oh, it's great feet.
And Andre again inside the box. UKAF want to clear this well, they do. That's a really good clearance from Atkinson, chased by Mike Campbell. But Gomis was there first.
Just looking at Cammy, I just think he's just a little bit tentative on that hamstring. Just seems not as explosive as he normally is. Just wondering whether it's in the back of his mind, whether he's completely. We know he's not 100%, but you know, when you get a niggle like that, it's plays in the back of your mind.
That's lovely play from the number 15 through to Andre with a shot, and what a save that was from Luke Kearney. Well, Andre with the shot there, and Luke once again producing a top draw save to keep it at 1-0 to the French.
Tell you what, that's a game changer. That, what a save that is.
It was a brilliant run forward as well from Gomis, very, very strong.
Yeah. Again, good football, intricate football, great shot, but wow, what a save.
It really was. Vitally important save.
Yeah, big one that.
The rain is actually falling here, by the way, at Havant. Corner comes in then from the captain. And headed over the crossbar by Mike Campbell. I'm not sure where he intended that to happen, but it was high enough and wide enough not to cause Luke Kearney any problems at the back.
Safe. That's the main thing.
Another corner then to the French, which Alvin Arundel, the captain, will take. So the rain falling now quite heavily here at it's a good corner. On the end of it is the number 4, and that was such an important save again. Jason with the header, really important save from Luke Kearney as well, with the defence beaten. The French just coming on really strong at the moment.
Just having a bit of a spell, aren't they?
Well, they're trying to make this advantage really count. Looking very strong on the ball. This is certainly a much better French performance than maybe we saw 3 years ago in Holland, when of course UKAF were 3-0 up after just 15 minutes, I seem to remember. But this is a different French side, looking very, very strong. Here's the captain again. Here's
a break.
Chance for UKAF. It's 3 against 3 here. And was that a free kick? The referee says yes. It was a foul.
I'm not sure if I've see a replay of that. Did he win the ball?
Well, he might well have done, but the Dutch referee saw things rather differently. And that was Sam Atkinson, of course, who was on the break. So what can UKAF do with this?
Well, good opportunity. You know, what was encouraging was UKAF breaking quickly, you know, finding the space, running at them, being direct.
And you'll see Keith Emerson just going away to the left-hand side, taking the defender with him.
Overload here on Keith, got 2, Joe Thomas there.
And Jake Gosling will take this free kick. What can UKAF do with this?
If I know Jake Gosling, this will be a shot on goal.
Well, just over half an hour play, the French 1-0 up. Gosling then takes it short. And it's a lovely shot from Campbell. And that was brilliantly saved again. In fact, it was Atkinson, Sam Atkinson with the shot.
Yeah.
Well, he was fully 25 yards out, wasn't he?
Yeah, clever. You know, expecting a cross. Keith made a great run there, took the defender out, which confused and gave a little bit of movement in the box, and then opened up the little door for Sam to have a strike, and a great strike.
Yeah, Sam Atkinson then. So Gosling then with the corner. Comes in, it's cleared away by the French again. The ball goes out of the stadium. And it'll be another corner to UKAF. Graham Hill says, does the French goalkeeper remind you of Jordan Pickford, the classic drop down with the ball touch? Well, I think all the goalkeepers do that these days. I'm sure Luke will do that as well, if he's given the opportunity. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Graham. I know what you're saying. Corner comes in.
Oh.
Keeper nowhere near it, and neither was Emerson, but the referee says he pushed the defender. I think it was Gomez who got pushed.
Keeper nowhere near that one. Came flapping, didn't he?
He really did.
No pressure on him either. So
it'll be noted, I'm sure.
I get, you know, we've mentioned it a few times now. I think certainly a way back into this game is the vulnerability of the French on set pieces, defending set pieces.
Yeah, the French very swift on the ball, very slick, enjoying this 4G pitch. They have the lead, remember, 1-0. 10 minutes to go in this first half of this Kentish Cup final match here at Havant. Emerson with a header, but only as far as Gomez. Gomez plays the ball wide onto the right to Moenza. Into the box, hits the post. Oh, my goodness me, another let-off for UKAF. So dangerous all the time, these French players. On the ball, lovely touch from Andre again, but a good tackle from Emerson, showing all his experience. Gomez, that's a lovely ball through from Jake Gosling.
It's great feet, by the way, great feet. Reverse angle pass, fantastic. But
these are two skillful sides out there, aren't they?
Yeah, but the French again dangerous on that attack, aren't they?
Rob Farkins, who of course lifted that trophy 3 years ago for UKAF over here in Holland, says, come on lads. I'm sure there's an awful lot of support going around the Forces World this evening for the UKAF team as they search for an equaliser, trailing 1-0. Corrigan.
Yeah, he's really impressed me with his feet. The
ball goes out wide for number 10, Dunimar, back inside. But cleared up by the defence. That's a lovely ball from Jake. And on the chase now is Scott McCarthy. Gets it.
Power.
Oh, and that was a full-bodied challenge, shall we say, from the...
Is that the first yellow of the day as a referee, or is he just having a quiet word? No,
I think he's getting his card out.
Yeah, he's gone for it, hasn't he?
Yeah, yellow card for the French defender.
But again, another great opportunity. Well done to Scott McCarthy. Great positive run in, draws the foul, and this is again opportunity for Jake to get a good delivery into the box for the big lads.
Yeah, Jonathan Parpay gets the yellow card from referee Frisian. And so what can Jake Gosling do with this then? More opportunities then from set pieces for UKAF. Can they get this equaliser?
Big chances, big chance.
Free kick comes in.
No.
Goalkeeper makes a diving, almost a swan dive there to clear the ball, and a real chance for the French. And look at this man going forward, Gomez. Really great tackle.
Yeah, that was well read.
An excellent tackle from Sam Rawlings there to deny the big. He's really powerful, isn't he?
Yeah, he is powerful, but Sam's got to win that ball. Got to win that ball, and they made a right decision there. He's you know, delayed his little his movement, got himself the opportunity in a great sliding tackle. If he hadn't won that, we were in trouble. But, but that's
it was such a break as well.
Yeah, it was.
And we never saw Moussa Gomez the other night against the Dutch for this game. Well, he has replaced us with the number 5 who took a knock to the head on Wednesday. Abdeltif Boena, who's sat there watching the game this evening. The UKAF have a throw-in, which will be taken by Keith Emerson. on this left-hand side. Doesn't find a man in a red shirt, it finds instead a man in a blue shirt, but UKAF with a chance already. Great shots, just goes wide from Scott McCarthy.
Good feet, good shot.
And they're not afraid to have a go for goal, are they?
Absolutely not, and he's done the right thing there. You know, it's a lazy clearance from the French. We've capitalised on it. A little bit of intricate play. He's got it, shifted it, get it out his feet, get the shot off. Brilliant.
But it remains 1-0. 6 minutes left in this first half. No stoppages of any note really so far in this game. Rawlings turns nicely, puts McCarthy through again. Good challenge though from the number 4 for the French. Nicely played, brilliantly played by Jason, and collected by Andre.
Well done, Liam.
Good. But how quickly the French pick the ball up, don't they, and deal with it.
Yeah, they shift the ball quickly into midfield. You know, they've got some tidy boys in there, haven't they? You know, who are confident to get the ball under pressure in tight areas. But, you know, UKAF doing all right, to be fair. They're, you know, when they get the ball, they're looking now for the break of McCarthy and looking for the pacing behind the full-back, stretching that back three. Just need a little bit of run of the green, if you like, and a little bit of luck, and we'll get back in this game.
Danny Kerr clears that ball forward, but it's really into French hands again. The French looking very, very solid at the back when the ball is on the ground here. UKAF have been at their most dangerous so far from set pieces.
The French just completely aware that there's sort of 2 or 3 minutes left of this half. They'll run the clock down, regroup.
Chopin kicks the ball straight out of play. Corrigan quickly with the throw-in. Gosling, nice touch from him. Here's the skipper. Here's Kerr. And Thomas. And here's Emerson. It's back to Kerr. Danny Kerr, nicely played. But he's lost out. And the ball collected by the French. Kerr, though, tries to make up for it. French so dangerous, though, once more with Lesage.
Oh, well read.
Good defence. Good defensive play from Emerson. That's a nice ball forward through. Sam Atkinson, who's impressed me. I've been really impressed with Sam Atkinson so far. He's played really well. Quickly taken free kick, but the offside flag.
Great idea, though.
Yeah, Mike Campbell just timed his run.
Yeah, great idea. Great, you know, it's encouraging that we're trying to get that ball and exploit quickly.
But as we go into the last 5 minutes, last few minutes of this first half, the French still ahead 1-0. That beautifully taken goal from Jonathan Lesage to put them in front after 21 minutes, separating the two teams here. As it stands, the Kentish Cup is heading back over the English Channel for the first time since 2012. But UKAF got plenty of time left. Referee says play on. Looked like a fair challenge. McCarthy's chasing after it, but again the French defence dealing with it well. Pape, the man who's been booked, but the ball is cleared out of play so that Lesage can get some treatment.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I think Joe.
It was a full-blooded challenge, to be fair.
Oh, Physio's had a little bit of a spurt there. Here he goes. He's off.
Off on his run.
I just need to get to half-time, see the next couple of minutes out, and just regroup.
They're taking a quick drinks break and they've got an opportunity.
Regroup, go again.
Yeah.
Tidy him up. The lad's still down.
Yeah. It was a full-blooded challenge, it really was, but a fair one.
Yeah,
judged by the referee.
Yeah, no malice in the tackle. He's not that sort of player anyway, but what he is full-bodied and you know, doesn't shy out of the tackle. But let's hope the lad's all right. Yeah, seems to be up and.
Angela Parr-Hill says, get Brighty on for UKAF. He's got a fan club.
He has got a fan club, hasn't he?
And I'm sure we may see him in the second half. But Keith Emerson's done a really sterling job on this left-hand side so far. Might have been palpable for the goal, but he's got all that experience. It's the pace of young Brighty, which might be key for UKAF in the second half. Yeah,
but you know, it's about assessing now. You've got to go and win the game. You know, as a manager, you go into the changing room and you think, do I change the formation? Do I, you know, like you say, do you put something like a Brighty on, and put him on wide left? You go to a back three, and you know, maybe have a little bit more width, match them up. You know, what Brighty certainly will do is give you that little bit of energy and that fitness of up and down and the quality of crossing he can deliver.
So these last couple of minutes then before half-time, just waiting for the treatment to finish on Lesage.
We're on 46, so yeah, we should get a couple of minutes of stoppage time.
We'll get 2 or 3 minutes now, I think, for this lengthy bit of treatment.
Queue for the sandwiches. Look, the UKAF boys are going in for the buffet. Yeah. The ones that have been left out.
What's one that's left over?
Yeah, absolutely.
But how will you assess this first half, you know, so far? And because
I think it's been a good game. It's been a tentative game. It's been tight. You know, both good sides, both trying to do the right thing. I just feel the French have just been that little bit more expansive, and you know, they've looked after the ball a little bit better than UKAF. But you know, UKAF have got nothing to worry about. They just need to. It's that little bit in the final third we talked about. You know, it's that pass behind the player. Just that little bit of quality, that 1% that they just need to do a little bit sharper and a little bit better. But you know, it's an even game, a really entertaining game as well.
Well, 1-0, it could go either way. 3 minutes of stoppage time to be played here to bring us to the end of this first period in this Kentish Cup final tie. Danny Bartley says normal Kentish Cup tackle. That bit of game management from the French. I think we need to get goals on the ball a bit more still. Well, there's still plenty of time.
Danny, our under-23 manager, so got good memories of this pitch. We were here a couple of 2-3 weeks ago with the under-23s, playing the Dutch Air Force and beat them. So accolades go to Danny and his team for a really good game and a good result in reclaiming the President's Cup this year for the RAF.
With your single service hat on. With that one,
yeah, a little bit biased on that one. Sorry to the Army and the Navy, but you know,
I think we can forgive you that one.
We have to plug it when we win a trophy. So,
well, let's just see what the French can do here. They've got a free kick in a fairly dangerous position. They've got their captain Arundel on the ball again with Andre as well. He takes the free kick, aimed into the box, but well cleared by UKAF.
Brilliant defending.
Yeah, well cleared by Danny Kerr, taking the pressure off.
It's a great touch.
Lovely bit of skill there from the Frenchman.
It's good football from the French, isn't it?
Yeah, they really are. They do play the ball out nicely. But UKAF with Thomas, he'll play the ball wide onto the right-hand side. And here's Corrigan, Liam Corrigan, back inside to Thomas. Thomas looking for McCarthy, finds him. Oh, and McCarthy's fouled.
Here we go. Here's a great chance. Last probably kick of the game.
This could be the last kick of this first half, and an opportunity then.
Let's have a little gamble, and you know,
borne a bit of fruit so far for UKAF.
Absolutely.
Let's just see whether a good delivery, which you're almost guaranteed from Jake Gosling. Let's see, once again, Emerson's gone wide onto the left-hand side.
There's an overload here.
Yeah, taking Gomez with him.
There's an overload. There's the 15.
Let's just see what they can do with this.
Liam Corrigan and yeah, overload on the. French still haven't picked it up.
Okay, let's see what happens. Free kick comes in. It's headed clear by Lesage. And the ball goes out of play. Throw into UKAF.
I didn't see the board go up. Did we have a
3 minutes of stoppage time?
Was it?
Long throw then coming in from Sam Atkinson. And it is a good throw. Deep into the box. Touchdown. UKAF can't make the most of it. And another challenge on the number 20, but the referee again says that's a fair challenge. And here's an opportunity for the French really to stake a claim here with their captain through, and it's a good save again from Luke Kearney, but the danger not cleared yet. Now the number 20 is playing onside. He's playing.
Oh, he's played for time.
He's played for time again. He's won, not a free kick, but the half-time whistle goes here.
20's been in the wars in the last 10 minutes,
yep.
But you know, it was another great break from the French. But again, Luke Kearney stands up and makes an important vital.
That's 3 saves he's made. Well, actually 4 saves if you include one from the corner that he made, really to deny the opportunity. Yeah, he's made 4 really important saves as the two teams leave the field. There's a few complaints going on at the moment from the French captain Arundel, I think, for the challenge on Jonathan Lesage, the man who was in the wars really towards the end of that. He was down twice, but
he's up. That's the main thing.
The officials are just waving those away and saying, look, you know, we'll get on with the job of officiating here. You just crack on with what you have to do. So it's 1-0 at half-time to the French. And Andy, what do you think Diffin will be saying to the players at half-time? What, more of the same, or is he going to have to change it?
No, you know, I don't think you can go into the same, because actually, in my personal opinion, and you know, I can't be biased really, but I think the French have been the better side. So he has to change something or adapt even the formation that he's playing, whether you know, he plays with a little bit of a deeper and then allows the 2 central midfielders to get on a little bit, or the front 3 go a little bit wider, or he goes completely, you know, right of arc and changes to a back 3 and goes to a midfield of 5 or something like that. But you know, unfortunately, we've not really, bar our set pieces, created. We had the one shot from McCarthy, so you know, we've got to get back in the game. We've got to score goals. You know, unfortunately, even a draw isn't good enough. So you know, but he's got to rally the troops. You know, we're not out of this game. 1-0 is anybody's game. The next goal, as you know, in any game at 1-0 is important, vital.
Well, UKAF need at least 2 goals at the moment if they're going to retain the Kentish Cup. At half-time, they're trailing here by 2 goals to 1. We'll take a quick break, but rest assured we'll be back in time very much for the start of the second half. Join us again very, very shortly, live here on Forces News Facebook and YouTube as well. See you very soon. Well, welcome back to Havant and Waterlooville for the second part of this final match in the 2022 Centenary Kentish Cup. UKAF forces against the French forces. It's the French who lead this game 1-0 at half-time, and it was a beautifully taken goal scored by Lesage, just beating off the defence, and Luke Carney, nothing that he could do to keep the ball out. He made 4 great saves in that first half. Liam Corrigan with a header from a Jake Cosling free kick was the best opportunity for UKAF, but it's 1-0 at half-time. John Knighton and Andy Kutcher here with you live here on Forces News Facebook and YouTube tonight. And Andy, well, all to do for the UKAF players. Can they do it?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no reason why not. 45 minutes to get back in this game. It looks like there's already a change with who's that coming on? Sean Thompson. Looks like yep. we spoke about Cammy, didn't we, with his hammy?
Yep.
I presume he's feeling it a little bit. So Diffin's made the right call. Obviously assessed his player at half-time and made a change. So whether that changes the shape or the formation, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, of course we can do it. Absolutely.
We will see very shortly whether that change does happen. And of course there are other things that can be done, that Diffin can do to maybe change slightly the style, change the formation perhaps. Yeah,
he's not, Diffin knows his football. So as the game progresses, he's got to either gamble or lock up shop if we can nick a couple. I'm sure he would be crying out for a Jack Debenham on the bench just to change the sort of shape of the game, breaking lines. Unfortunately, Jack's away serving abroad, but we wish him well, and shame he's not here.
Well, hopefully he's watching this evening and cheering the boys on from wherever you are, Jack. Good evening to you. And again, if you want to join us for any comments on Facebook or on YouTube, please do. John Douglas says, what another fantastic first half. Come on, UKAF, you can pull this one out of the bag. Of course they can. And they have an early free kick in this second half.
So I'm just trying to see what he's done with Sean. It seems like a little bit of a straight swap there with Sean playing left of the 3 up the top. So straight swap for Cammy by the looks of the shape.
Liam Corrigan also on that near side, but good strength from the French. And straight away they have the opportunity here through Boenza. Plays the ball out to Andre. Gets the cross in, but that'll be easy for Luke Kearney to deal with. And very quickly he will get the ball moving again for UKAF. Just wide onto this right-hand side.
Yeah, slightly overhit there from Luke, but again, great distribution. Saw the run of Scott McCarthy into the channel and tried to distribute early. So
but the French have the throw. Nicely played in. Here's McCarthy. Cut out by the French defence, though. Once more, an opportunity. Can UKAF develop this into something? Vincent. Here's the skipper. Here's Danny Kerr. Going to be so important for them in this second half, as is Jake Gosling as well.
Jake's on the ball now.
Here's Gosling.
Well, it's a good start from UKAF. They look a little bit sharper, a little bit brighter.
That's a nice ball out to Emerson, who shields the ball with his body. And straight away, Sean Thompson gets into the action. Doesn't win the throw-in, but that's an important interception that he's made there.
Yeah, great little battle there. Great little battle there between the two, because he defended really well, but Sean really closed him down and pressed him high, which is let's keep the French in our final third, and we can build up from potentially a throw-in or a set piece, and just keep nicking little bits.
Nice Gomez with the chance. Here's Gosling. Go on, takes his men on. Tries to flick it through. A hint of a hand there, but that's waved away by the referee. As UKAF.
Oh.
And another injury.
Oh.
And that looks like Vincent Destiné who's gone down there. It was. There's not a lot of give in this 4G, of course. The French are going to make a change right now, actually, and coming on is going to be Abadiem.
Yeah, it looks like the 20. He took a couple of hits, didn't he?
Yeah.
He took a Yeah, is it Lesage?
Yeah.
He took a couple of. Certainly took that one right at the end of the game, of the first half, and obviously he's not recovered.
But he got the goal, of course, the all-important goal for the French. He's coming off though, but that was another injury to Vincent Destinet, but he seems to be all right. And the French, I thought the ball had gone out for a throw-in.
This will be interesting. See if they give us the ball back.
And they have done. Liam Corrigan then with the throw. Taken quickly. Nice ball through. Gosling tries a first-time shot. It was a speculative effort. Emerson gets there first, does well. On the edge of the box. That's a great cross going in. Gosling on the end of it. Oh, and it's cleared away by the French in the end. Oh. And a beautiful touch from Moenza to set the French on their way.
Clever and bright, aren't they? They're clever and bright in their movement.
Yep.
You know, certainly the 9, the 10, but another great ball in behind there. Jake Gosling unlucky. You know, did the right thing, turned it back over.
Referee says that was not a foul. Scott McCarthy going down rather theatrically. So it's play on, but it's a frantic start to this second half. This second goal, whoever's going to score it, is really important. And here's Dunumar. Loses out though. Gets it back though. And here's Moenza on the edge of the box.
Well defended. Really
it was
well
good
defended.
defensive play, wasn't it there?
Yeah, really good.
David Vincent.
Yeah.
Ball goes out for a throw-in.
A couple of double dummies there to watch, and you know, it's easy as a player to just to dive in, think you've won the ball, but he stood up there really well, David Vincent, and just defended, stood his ground and made him go backwards.
We've had the first 5 minutes of this second half, and the score remains 1-0 to the French forces here in this deciding centenary Kentish Cup match here at Haventon Waterlooville. What can UKAF do? The Frenchman goes down, and he's up very quickly. Here's the number 9.
It's that miraculous recovery.
Yeah, a bit of game management early on, possibly from the French.
Oh, unlucky.
Ball out of play.
Yeah, I think
good idea. It was a good idea from Jake Gosling, but
I think we might see quite a bit of that in this half.
I think it's going to spread out, isn't it? This
Absolutely.
play. It's going to open up, which of course might leave UKAF a bit vulnerable at the back. For the French, very good on the break, but they really have no choice as this half progresses. It's 1-0 to the French.
Good header.
Already you can see Sean Thompson just trying to run off there, just play off his man.
Yeah.
But it's the French who have it. It's
well defended again.
Yeah, great defensive work there from Sam Atkinson. Yeah, he did well. And again, the ball driven forward, but the French well on top of this. With Pape back to his goalkeeper, and he'll take the 1-2 inside his box, confident enough. Yeah. Spreads the ball wide onto the right-hand side. First man there, though, was in a red shirt. And it was the unmistakable figure of Keith Emerson.
Yeah.
Got Nicholas DeLong, who is joining us this evening. Of course, Nick, who coached the UKAF team the last time they won the Kentish Cup. And just saying, big second half coming up. They know the task in hand for a very tense DeLong household.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure he sat there with biting the fingernails because he spent many years on that bench leading this group. Obviously, we're trying to defend his legacy and his last title. So hope you and the family are well, Nick, and loving life outside of the Air Force.
Well, he knows that these players are well up to the task, and that is a free kick and another yellow card for a French player. But like the number 18 who has shown a yellow card there, Pape.
That's 2 they've picked up now.
Yeah.
So,
and it's defensive players who have received that, so they've got to they'll be treading a bit of a fine line. And this is a dangerous situation here, the foul on Scott McCarthy.
Yeah, again, if we can be clever, we've got a little bit of an overload on the back.
Paula Brighthill says, family watching in Preston, hoping to see the brilliance of Brighty coming in the second half. Just been talking to Phil's dad here at half-time. He's come down from Warminster to watch the game tonight. Great to see such support for these players.
Big chance here.
Yeah,
big chance.
Gosling, though, on the ball.
Make the goalkeeper work, got a chance.
Free kick comes in! And it hits the side netting. Well, it was Sam Atkinson, wasn't it, who took the kick?
Yeah, great free kick.
It was.
Unlucky.
It went just wide. It could easily have crept into that near post.
Not sure if the keeper had it covered, to be fair, but don't want to do him an injustice. But again, fantastic free kick. An opportunity, so good start from UKAF, to be fair.
Yeah, they have made a good start.
Yeah, they've done all right.
But still in search of this equaliser. It's still 1-0 to the French.
It's our ball.
The French really haven't got going so far in this second half.
No, I just think the French
not been allowed to.
No, but we've just got to be careful that we're not over expansive, because they're quick on the break, aren't they?
They are very quick on the break. That's nice play.
Yeah, great feet.
Out to the right back here, Stefan Tritz. Well cut out, brilliantly cut out though. And here's Gosling, goes for a first time ball, and the man chasing it is Sean Thompson on that far side of the field.
He's done really well, that 15. I've been really impressed with him. He's an incredible athlete, to be fair. Liam, what's his name? There we go. Nosy Gohies.
Gomez, yeah. I say Gomez. Yeah, he's a
good athlete, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
solid.
He's a strong lad as well. Yeah. Big and tall and strong. He's defended really well, but he's also, been an attacking fullback as well.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Just sort of player that you need in your side, really, and he has done well. But by and large, Keith Emerson has dealt with him pretty well.
Yeah.
Emo on the ball. Joe Thomas eventually finds Emerson, and here's David Vincent.
Just getting a little bit more joy, I think.
Yeah, a bit more space for them in midfield.
Yeah, I think obviously Diffen's identified that little pocket that we had our 3 midfielders all on the same line, and it just he's obviously had a quiet word with them at half time, just to say, look, go and try and find that little pocket of space. And it's it's making it a little bit harder for the French, and they're turning over the ball a little bit more to us. So, well done, Diffen.
Rawlings to Joe Thomas and Emerson. Back to Thomas again. And Emerson once more. Inside to the captain, Danny Kerr.
Be interesting to see how much of Wednesday's game goes as the game gets on, how much it's taken out of the French.
That's an interesting point. That's a nice play from Kerr. Lovely 1-2. And that was a nice bit of play from the UKAF substitute, Sean Thompson.
But Mr.
Ball goes out of play.
There again.
Yeah, Gomez did a good job, but it's a UKAF throw-in. And we all know that Sam Atkinson has got a long throw, which makes this almost as good as a corner. Once again, Keith Emerson is just walking slowly into the penalty box. Could he be on the end of this? Long throw comes in. Headed clear, not particularly well by the French, and Jean Chopin does his customary dive onto the ball, just to use up a few more seconds. Very rarely you see a long clearance route one, but that'll be safely into the arms of Luke Kearney. No problem for Luke there, and so UKAF have the ball back again with Joe Thomas. Wide onto the left to Emerson. Emerson, that's a lovely ball forward. Offside though, said the referee. Scott McCarthy, it must have been very, very close, but McCarthy was in an offside position. So the free kick will go to the French. 57 minutes played. Matthew Hughes says that was a great strike. I think we're talking about the free kick there from Sam Atkinson, which went just wide, hit the side netting when we just for a moment, just for a microsecond, thought it had crept into the post, inside the post, but it was unfortunately for UKAF just the wrong side of the post. Score remains 1-0 to the French as they aim to close in on their first Kentish Cup since 2012. UKAF out to stop them, looking for a record UKAF 5th successive championship. This wonderful tournament going back to 1921, though I believe actually the first game was played in 1919 if the record books are to be believed. Here's the French, lovely play from Wenza into the box. Ball falls to the number 10. Chance for a shot on goal. And that came in from Andre. But Luke Kearney was well on top of that one. UKAF have it back again. Here's Rawlings. Elects to go to the left. Finds its way out to Emerson. Thomas again.
That's a better ball.
Sam Atkinson, who for me has really been one of the outstanding players for UKAF in this game.
Yeah,
Gosling.
Done well. Just starting to risk that pass into midfield where we can get runners in behind the ball and, you know, support play in front and behind the ball and create those little triangles where we can shift the French about a little bit.
Nice ball forward, challenging the French defence. Here's Gosling. Was it handball? No, says the referee. And Jake Gosling. Here's Emerson. And Vincent.
It's better.
It's nice play from UKAF here. Ball goes out wide again to Gosling on this right-hand side. What can Jake do here? Gets a low cross in, and he'll win a corner.
Yeah, that's where he's dangerous. Getting him in and around that area, because you don't know whether he's going to do the step over and take it on his right, or he chops it and puts it onto that sweet left foot.
Another change being made by UKAF here, and it's David Vincent who is coming off, and he's replaced by Harry Girdwood.
Who scored the other night. So,
yeah, Girdwood. Well, although I think we did say that it was pretty well miles offside, but Harry Girdwood not bothered about that. But another striking option being brought on by Diffin Pearce. Gosling then with the corner for UKAF. Goes wide, and Emerson will pick it up. Hooks it back into the box. What can UKAF do here? French have got a lot of defence back. Not going for a quick break. Hooked forward by Rawlings, but only as far as a French player. And this is this combination of Wenza and Duenema.
He's offside.
He's not offside, so Luke Kearney comes out to collect the ball. Side steps, make sure he doesn't step out of his 18-yard box. And this game really has opened up, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's
it has opened up. And, but credit to UKAF, they're shifting the French around a little bit now.
Yeah. In search of this equaliser. Still trailing by a goal to nil. Emerson.
Certainly
long straight ball.
Certainly getting the fullbacks a little bit higher now, aren't they? Keith's having a bit more influence in the game. And
Gosling. Captain goes through. Oh, and Harry Girdwood. Was that handball? No, the referee says.
No, I think
it would have been a really harsh one.
Really harsh.
But this is great hold-up play from Moenza. And he's taking the 1-2, the captain. Ball goes out to Andre on this left-hand side. The French looking dangerous on the break. Andre still has it, still going. Finds his number 10, finds Dunumar. He takes it wide. And it's a goal kick.
Well defended.
It was well defended by UKAF in the end, but that's the danger, of course, with UKAF driving for this equaliser. They are going to leave themselves a little bit vulnerable at the back, but well up for that.
Risk versus reward, unfortunately. You know, it's it's got to that stage of the game now where you've got to. They need a goal. UKAF need a goal to get back into the game, give themselves a chance of winning the tournament. So
Ball's gone out of play. Unfortunately, Sean Thompson couldn't keep it in play. It was very good defensive work from Moise Gomez again. Really impressed the number 15 for the French.
He's had a really good game. The 9's been good as well. Really clever player.
Here's Destiny, great ball across field, but I don't think there's any point in Dunimar chasing that. UKAF then have the throw. Into the last half hour of this Kentish Cup tie. UKAF still trailing by 1-0. Here's Harry Girdwood. Gosling.
Oh.
Bit of a late challenge going in there. I think the referee will bring that one back.
Yeah, well done, referee.
Sean Thompson was clean through. He was impeded. And the referee just looking for the advantage. There was no advantage there, so the ball comes back for a free kick. I'm still thinking this is possibly their best chance, UKAF, of getting this equaliser that they so desperately need to get themselves back into this Kentish Cup. Free kick goes in, goalkeeper decides to punch. Danny Kerr. Great shot, great goal! Oh, that was a fantastic goal. It was Sam Atkinson.
Back in the game.
Absolutely brilliant. And that has brought UKAF back into the game at 1-1. And for me, one of the outstanding players in the team this evening for UKAF, Sam Atkinson, has put the ball in the back of the net. It's 1-1 here in this Kentish Cup game.
And they deserve that. They deserve that. They've been the better side second half, you know, and they've deserved that. They've moved the ball quickly. They've gambled a little bit more. So, do you know what? You get your just rewards. So, fantastic. Let's hope we can kick on now and get that second goal.
Well, it's game on here. That was a great strike, says Matthew Hughes. It really was. And Sam Atkinson has put the ball in the back of the net. UKAF 1, the French forces 1. And that really is what they deserve. As we've said, the second half, they've really come out with such a positive attitude. The French have really been limited to playing on the break, but what will they do now? Remember, it's still in the hands of the French here because a draw is good enough for them. UKAF has still got to go out and try and get this win. But they're back in it at 1-1.
Giving themselves a chance now.
Yeah, they really have, and they're on the ascendancy, of course. Corrigan, he finds Jake Gosling. Gosling takes on a couple of players out onto the right-hand side to Harry Girdwood. Girdwood with a low cross, defended well by the French. That looked like a foul to me, but the referee says play on. Atkinson, lovely ball inside. Good shielding from Scott McCarthy. But it is a French free kick. Arundel, the captain. As Jay Bates says, great finish from Sam, what he does best. Leon Duke says, brilliant boys, game on, much better in this second half. That's certainly true, and they've got their rewards, got themselves back into the game. 66 minutes played here. It's 1-1. This game on a knife edge.
There's a substitute.
Headed clear, the number 10 collects it. The French with a bit of pressure. And Andre couldn't control it. Ball out of play, and there'll be another change here for the French side. Paul Carter says, great finish, come on UKAF. In Armed Forces Weekend, can the UKAF team pull this one back and retain the Kentish Cup?
Here comes Quinton Surgett. Oh, what's going on here?
Well, there's a little bit of
handbags.
Yep, just sort of looking to see what might have happened there, but there is a... Was there a bit of a clash? Off the ball. But Andre is the man who's gone down. Just as that substitution was being made.
Trying to see the board who he's taking off.
Bit of treatment for Andre. The referee, of course, will add the time on. The French may be Are they playing for a bit of time here? Who knows? But it's just a bit of treatment going on. Just looking at the board myself to see who the change is being. Quentin Serge, as you say, is coming on for the French side, lining himself up. And the man coming off is actually Andre, who I thought just twisted his knee in that last bit of play there when he was trying to keep the ball in play. And maybe that injury happened just as that was happening. But he's looked dangerous in this game, so it's a change for the French. Serge for Andre. But it's a throw into UKAF. 1-1 here. Around 20 minutes left in this game.
Great ball.
It's a great challenge from Sean Thompson. Still going it with the French defence. Headed back though by Papé. And both of these teams now going to have to show a certain amount of, well, composure. Certainly the French, if they're going to hold on to what they have at the moment. And I suppose as the game drags on, it's going to be interesting. UKAF, of course, have got to go for the win. Again, the goalkeeper elects for a long kick. That ball is going to go harmlessly out of play. It's the second time I've seen their goalkeeper go for a long kick.
Yeah,
very rarely you see that in French football.
Yeah, and it's and I wouldn't say they've got the biggest target man in the 10. So, but he just makes that little darting run in behind, which just causes you that little bit of nervousness just in behind. But
John Douglas, who's watching up there in Scotland, saying that UKAF now on the edge of my seat again.
Yeah,
we're on the edge of our seats here in the stadium, I can tell you, John. It's 1-1 though between these two teams. UKAF certainly have the bit between their teeth at the moment. That was a fabulous strike from Sam Atkinson. For me, the player of the match so far for UKAF. But we don't choose players of the match here. This is very much a team effort. The French will have the opportunity here. Here's their captain with the ball. Offside, yeah. I think we were just about smack on line there, and I think that the linesman got it just about right.
It was a tight one, I think.
It was tight.
Certainly the 9 was offside, but 13 running through from deep. But like I say, we'll take the call.
The substitute could have made an instant impact, couldn't he? Corrigan with the through ball, nicely touched on. Opportunity then for UKAF. Ball inside the box. Here's Gosling at the centre of everything at the moment. Real playmaker. Ball goes out wide to Emerson. Inside to Atkinson. Will he go for another shot? Doesn't manage to get one in. But UKAF, good challenge by Thomas, but really good play from the number 15. And it's interesting that Gomez seems to have moved up front. They've gone into a more forward position, out from the defence, just give them a bit more beef in the midfield. But
yeah, they just still pose that threat on the counter, don't they, the French?
Very much so.
So UKAF just need to be patient. They're doing really well. They're on top, dominating the game. Just need to make sure the concentration stays the same.
Here's Kerr, long ball forward, aiming for the box for Harry Girdwood, who would love, the Navy man would love to score another goal, I'm sure, to add to the one that he got against the Dutch. That was a bit of a challenge. I think it was a bit of a pincer attack there. Dunimar goes down, wins the free kick.
Clever play, bought the free kick, but it's good from UKAF. Just a little bit tighter across the park, a little bit more assertiveness about the way we're playing.
Play on, says the referee. Here's Girdwood. And a real chance then on this right-hand side. Scott McCarthy keeps it in play. Gets the cross in. Who's on the end of it? Well, that's even too far, I think, for... I don't think... Well, actually, he did keep it in.
Yeah, Jake Gosling done really
did
well.
So well to keep that ball in play. The Gibraltar international, Emerson. He can't find a man in a red shirt. Instead, it's the Blues coming away, and a real chance on this far side. That's a lovely cross ball from Muenza. Finds Dunimar. He's got the ball for the French. Ball goes inside. The captain takes the shot. Arundel. But no problem at all for Luke Candy. He I think they could have done better with that.
End to end now, isn't it?
Yeah, this game is really wide open. The French don't want to close this down. They don't want to be forced onto the back foot, because they know that UKAF have got the firepower to put this one away.
So into the last quarter now, what, 18 minutes left?
Yeah, something like that. Atkinson, that's lovely play.
It's a great little nick.
From the outstanding Atkinson so far. Ball goes wide onto the left-hand side. But unfortunately, Sean Thompson can't just collect it. It will be a throw-in. There was actually offside. I think there was an offside flag there. So the French will have the free kick, which their goalkeeper, Jean Chopin, will take.
Oh, so a little bit of movement on the bench there. Looks like Mark Drysdale's getting, or is it getting stripped, or is there somebody else there?
We will see very shortly whether there's going to be a change made. UKAF have the free kick. French not happy with that decision. I'm sure
looks like Brighty.
Yeah.
So his fan club are going to get their wish.
Yep. Stand by the Phil Bright fan club.
Yep. Worldwide fan club.
I just wonder, well, Emerson's coming forward for this, so I wonder where that change is going to be made, because maybe they'll put Bright into a more attacking role. Carney with the free kick, and the ball is cleared by the French defence in the end. Going for all-out attack now. UKAF.
Well done, Sam. Well done, Sam.
That was really good play. Here's Gosling. He goes down, and the referee says that was a foul.
Again, this is another great opportunity for UKAF to put the ball in the box,
as they try to aim for a second goal here, which would put UKAF back in front here. Certainly the...
Interesting what he does with Brighty, because it's whether he changes the formation to a back three, or and goes a little bit more. Well, I suppose it depends what happens in this in the next 10 seconds or so.
There's going to be a two-man wall for Jake Gosling to fire at. Looks like the change is going to be made after the free kick. Gosling then with the free kick hooks it in there. It's a really good punch from the goalkeeper. Yes. Two men have gone down.
Yeah, I think it was a fair challenge, but unfortunately in today's modern era, the goalkeeper's always going to win that call from the referee.
Yeah.
But two fully committed players going in, so
both going for the ball.
Yeah, who's that? Liam Corrigan.
It looks like Liam who's gone down, as has Chopin, and that will not be music to his ears at all.
Oh, wasted on radio, John. Wasted. Should be on the comedy circuit.
Both teams have the chance then to just take a bit of a break here while the treatment is going on for Chopin. He's still down. The coach very, very slow to get onto the pitch to hand him some treatment. So we'll have certainly a bit of a break in proceedings here. Both teams just taking on some fluids. But if you've just joined us, the game absolutely evenly poised here at 1-1. The French scoring in the first half, but a brilliant equaliser from Sam Atkinson to put UKAF back into this game at 1-1. Remember, they need to win this game to retain the Kentish Cup, but they've got every chance here of doing so, as Chopin very gingerly gets to his feet. Looks like he might have hurt his shoulder, his right shoulder. He's just feeling that rather gingerly. Yeah,
but I think without being disrespectful to the French, I think we're going to see every trick in the book now just to run this clock down.
Yeah, well, Mark Drysdale is coming on, wearing number 12, and the man who's going off is Liam Corrigan. So Corrigan is being replaced. He's had a really good Kentish Cup as Liam Corrigan.
Yeah, he's had a great Kentish Cup, as you can see the strapping on his knee. And I spoke to him yesterday actually, and he was saying he had a little bit of a niggle with his knee, but nothing too serious to stop him playing today. And obviously his performance has been outstanding. But as it gets to the latter stages of the game, maybe it's the right call just to get a fresh pair of legs on. And obviously Mark's a veteran at this level, so you know, he certainly knows what's expected at this.
The last quarter of an hour, and all to play for here. It's 1-1 between UK Armed Forces, between UKAF and the French. I thought that was a bit of a push there, to be honest, by Joe Thomas on Brandon Moenza, but the referee has allowed play to go on. The Dutch referee, of course, totally neutral referee. We have 2 British Army assistants on duty tonight. Early touch of the ball for Drysdale. Kearney with the kick. In this midfield, chance for the French here. Really good play though from them. Lovely ball outside to Moenza, breaking forward into the box, and that goes out for a corner kick. And that was number 6, Abraham Kadi, who has also come on as a substitute. So another corner, or the first corner actually of this second half, to the French. I don't think there'll be any huge hurry to take it. This is the captain, Alvin Arundel, who's going over to take it.
Keeping 2 at the back, 2v1, so, you know, they're securing up shop. Let's hope we can get the ball out to Jake quickly, and he can buy us some progression up the pitch.
Yeah, interesting. Gosling staying up. 2 defenders back with him. Oh, and that's a brilliant bit of defensive play by On. It just goes to show how important it is to have a man on the post there. And that man on the post was Sean Thompson, because unfortunately the defence were beaten there, as was Luke Carney.
It's offside.
Offside. And Thompson made a huge run from his own goal line.
His own post.
And he was the man who was offside.
But it just shows, John, the you know, the fitness levels of this level of football now. You know, 80 minutes into the game, and you know, you got players making 60, 70, 80 yards. You know, and it's a testament to the way Forces football is taken, and how seriously, and the professionalism in the game.
Absolutely agree with you. It's it really is. No matter what the score, however this ends, it's been a terrific Kentish Cup competition with the French and the British Forces teams. Really high quality of football we've enjoyed. But there's still time, plenty of time for UKAF to pull this one. 1-1 here. But they need another goal. They need to win this game to make it 5 Kentish Cup wins on the trot. And here's Sam Atkinson on the ball. Lovely chip through, goalkeeper comes for it, makes it, and does his swallow dive. Does Chopin, just wins a few more seconds.
He's been watching, who's the Premier League, Pickford, is it?
He's been watching Jordan Pickford, yeah. We've had a few comments about that actually from our viewers tonight. But he could be vulnerable. Little push then from Emerson, the referee didn't see it, allows play to go on, but here's the dangerous Dunimar.
Yeah, it's been lively, he has.
That's really lovely play from him, looks for some support, and he finds it in the shape of Stefan Tritz. And here's the substitute, Sergei, but UKAF win it back. Atkinson, Girdwood. UKAF got themselves out of that really well. Here's Joe Thomas.
Mark Drysdale, good feet, showing good composure, good feet there. Chops inside and then just spreads it, and we get the switch on.
Lots of experience in this UKAF team. Can they drive this one forward? And here is Drysdale. Goes back to Rawlings. Sam Rawlings looking for Drysdale again. Good defensive play. The referee says that was an unfair challenge from Scott McCarthy.
Yeah, a little nudge there, wasn't there, unfortunately. You know, he's done really well to get his body in there and try and pin the defender, but unfortunately that little bit of hip movement just unbalances the defender, and referee sees it as a free kick to the French.
8 minutes plus stoppage time to go here. On a knife edge, our Kentish Cup for 2022. But the French are in the box seat at the moment. The score 1-1. And UKAF need a second goal. Can they get it? Out of play the ball goes. Harmlessly for a goal kick to UKAF, and they can build it again. But time is not on their side. And that's the reason why they're in a bit of a hurry. Here's Joe Thomas. Bit of space to run into. He's got Emerson outside on his left-hand side. Finds Emerson. Ball goes forward. Nice bit of running by UKAF. And Sean Thompson pulled down by Gomez, says the referee.
These free kicks are becoming a little bit more important now, you know.
Yeah.
For every
Good delivery, taken quickly.
Yeah, and here's one.
Gosling gets the cross in.
Shot.
Opportunity. Ball goes wide to the left side. Oh, and it's hooked over, and it took a deflection, says the referee.
Oops. So
it has gone for a corner.
That's a chance.
It was an opportunity, but it was well defended in the end. Scott McCarthy on the end of it. So another corner then to UKAF. Gosling to take.
Oh, it's a great free kick.
A really good corner, but it's cleared by the French only as far as Atkinson. Atkinson will play it wide to Gosling again. Gosling again. Lovely through ball, looking to find Drysdale, but the ball just a little bit too long for him.
Clever pass, but the skipper for the French there, Alvin Arundel, read it really well. But he's been a good player, the skipper for the French.
He's been a good calming influence on them, hasn't he?
Yeah, he played well the other day against the Dutch as well. So but UKAF just need to keep plugging away. They'll get another chance.
Yeah, the rain falling again here in Hampshire. As we enter the last 5 minutes of normal time, there'll be a little bit of stoppage time, obviously, with the injury breaks that we had and also for the substitutions. But the French just maybe feeling they've got an opportunity to take this Kentish Cup back to France for the first time since 2012. Looked like some handling there on the UKAF centre forward Scott McCarthy. The referee allows play to go on. Atkinson with the header, and he goes down.
Yes.
That was definitely a free kick, and that was not a nice challenge on Sam Atkinson, and that will be a yellow card for the French number 8.
That's the third one they've picked up.
Yeah. And I thought Destiny, yes.
Oh, it's a red.
Yeah, that's the second bookable offence for Destiny. So he has been given 2 yellows, and he is off.
4 minutes to go. Let's see if we can capitalise on this overload now.
A few complaints coming through from the French captain, Arundel. And Brighty does go on finally. Number 4, Tom Clayce who's gone on. And in fact, Phil Bright is also going on. So all the substitutions are being made now by Diff and Pearce.
Who's Danny Kerr on, so Tommy Clayce on for Danny Kerr, and who's come off for Brighty? Oh, it's over the far side. Is that Keith? It looks like Keith, doesn't it?
Keith Emerson has come off as well. So really, the kitchen sink now being thrown at the French here in an attempt to win this game and retain the Kentish Cup. Caney with the free kick.
Oof.
The ball's going all over the place. There's an open goal, but the French will try and get it away.
Another brave header from
it was a brave header.
Tommy Clayce.
Yeah, does well. All hands to the pumps though for UK Armed Forces as the rain falls here.
Looks like the French
Waterlooville.
French are also destined to make a substitution. The 7, is it Ali Foulard?
Yeah, it looks like he's coming on.
You said he was a bit
Atkinson.
of a handful.
Yeah, he was. He was he was wearing number 12 the other night. Atkinson with the cross, the header, oh, and a fine save, and it was a great header from Scott McCarthy, producing the save from the goalkeeper, who's gone down again. I think the referee is just sort of keeping a close eye on this to make sure there's not too much professional tactics going on. A long ball through again.
Looks like long punt.
Not really working for them because it's given possession back to UKAF. Phil Bright gets his first touch. Nicely played out onto that left-hand side. And here's Thompson, Sean Thompson.
Good defending.
Good defending by the French. They get the goal kick.
And the 18's gone down. So another little playing for time. Or is the 18 the...
Jonathan Pape has gone down. The French down to 10 men. But they're bringing on
Eddie Foulard.
Yep. Who is a bit of a dangerous man.
And they're taking off, who's the 7? Oh. Is it the 10?
It looks like the number 10 who's coming off, looks like Dunimar is coming off.
That's the little lad, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been very dangerous, but he does like to stroll off the field in a rather leisurely way.
Yeah, he's been bright,
and the referee is telling him to make his exit as quickly as possible. He's taking no notice whatsoever. He could even get a booking for it. The referee will add the time on, presumably. A few words being said. No need for it, really. There's absolutely no need for this at this stage in the game. This is the Kentish Cup. He's obviously disappointed at being substituted. He's had a great game. Let it not spoil now.
I think there's a little bit of gamesmanship there, and a bit of frustration from the UKAF bench. Obviously, they're trying to capitalise on every second that we've got left, and the French obviously doing the opposite. So 5 minutes stoppage time.
Yeah, extra 5 minutes to be played. And I think it just goes to show you how importantly the French regard this Kentish Cup, just as much as UKAF.
Absolutely.
It means a huge amount to them. Gosling does well. UKAF do well. Opportunity then. On the edge of the penalty area, but unfortunately McCarthy can't get the ball through.
I'll tell you what, it's a dangerous ball, that.
The goalkeeper coming out.
Well.
Foulard is going for it. Big number 7, big centre forward. He's taken up that centre forward role. Rawlings.
Great touch inside.
Lovely ball from Gosling. UKAF still looking for this winner. If they can get it, they will win the Kentish Cup again. But at the moment, it's in the hands of the French. Gosling, that looked like a foul. The referee says no, it wasn't a foul, it's play on. The French can bring it forward. Joe Thomas will let that run.
No, done well to keep that in, because it took a deflection off the UKAF player. So if it had gone out, it'd have been a French ball. So
here's Thompson out to Phil Bright on that left-hand side. Wins the throw-in.
It's all hands to the pump now, isn't it?
Into stoppage time here. We've played a minute of stoppage time. Bright with a great cross. And who's on the end of it? Drysdale.
Where's he off?
Throw in very quickly to UKAF, which will be taken by Gosling. And here's Atkinson. Sam Atkinson had a brilliant game. UKAF still being patient. They know they've got the opportunity. Gosling. He slips as he makes the cross. In fact, this plastic pitch is probably pretty slippery. Here's the French, one of the substitutes. It's ball goes out. Foulard won't get it though. And Carney does really well. Plays it out.
Doesn't fancy working hard, does he? The lad who's come on.
No, he doesn't. No offside against McCarthy.
He's done well. Done well.
And he wins a corner. Ball goes out of the stadium and lands on the roof of the BFBS van outside.
What are we into? 2 minutes of stoppage?
Into the second minute of stoppage time. We've got 5 minutes to play. Gosling will take the corner.
Luke's up.
Everybody's up for this.
It's all or nothing now.
Phil Bright just staying back as cover. Corner comes in. Overhead kick. Well, it was worth a try, wasn't it, from Scott McCarthy?
Absolutely.
But at this stage in the game, it's wide. Opportunity gone. French will slow this down. Into the 3rd minute of the extra 5 allocated. Just a couple of minutes for the French to hold out. Can UKAF produce another chance? And can they get this Kentish Cup? It'll be heartbreaking for them, of course, if they can't do it, but it's not through any want of trying, and there's been a tremendous contribution from both of these sides. UKAF so much better in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, and they, you know, they deserved certainly the equaliser, and you know they've been the better side second half. You know, unfortunately, it was a little bit of a game of two halves. At the minute, it's been a game of two halves with the French dominating the first half.
Here's Gosling,
but nothing's over yet.
Making the most of it. Opportunity for Thompson. Sean Thompson plays the ball out. Cross comes in. He'll get it back again. Play on, says the referee. Cross comes over. It's mayhem in that penalty box. Here's Gosling. Just flicks it forward. Lovely turn. And the shot's into the hands of the goalkeeper. The referee says that was a foul. He took one in the face there. Well, it was a fair challenge. The French.
Not sure. I think there's again keepers.
And it's a yellow card, I think. I think a yellow card for...
Was that Tom Clasey, 17?
Tom, yeah.
Tom Clasey just marshalling the goalkeeper there, seeing if he's all right. But
it was Sam Atkinson who went in there.
Oh, was it Sam? Was
yeah.
it? So
I think he's taken the yellow card. Difficult to tell from this angle, really, whether he made contact, but I think something made contact with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, to be fair, both sort of players shouted on the physio as well, so
yeah, very quickly.
I genuinely, I don't think it's play acting this one.
We are deep into stoppage time now. We've gone past the 5 minutes.
All on the referee's watch now. What he deems
how much time he's going to
add for this injury. And
clearly we only had a couple of minutes left, so I don't think we'll have too much more time. The rain still falling here at Havant and Waterlooville, who've staged all 3 of these Kentish Cup games so well, of course. Goalkeeper is now up on his feet again, and he's Jean Chopin. He's probably hearing all sorts of chords in his head at the moment. Surprised you haven't come with a couple of
one-liners.
A couple of musical one-liners. Yeah, why not? Anyway,
here we go.
It's the free kick to the French. Deep into stoppage time here. Referee not looking at his watch at the moment. Luke Carney will have the ball. He's going to go long. UKAF really going for it.
It's a referee.
Carney, referee still allowing play to go on. Atkinson teeing himself up. Opportunity for UKAF to get themselves in. The ball goes down, and it is a corner. Well, it was certainly a lot of contact made there.
I think this is it. Do or die.
UKAF thinking they should have had a penalty there. And there's another yellow card. Joe Thomas just said a bit too much to the referee. But the UKAF have a corner. Can they really sneak this one at the death? It would be incredible drama if they did. Corner comes in, and it's headed over the bar by Joe Thomas.
I think that's it.
And that could well be it. And the French won't be in any great hurry to take this. Referee just looking at his watch, just telling the French to get a move on. Goalkeeper still holding his head.
We're into seventh minute now.
So we've had a couple of extra minutes, but the goalkeeper was certainly down for a couple of minutes. But that is the end, and the French are victorious. They've got the 1-1 draw, and the Kentish Cup is going over to the English Channel for the first time since 2012. It's heartbreak for UKAF. A terrific performance from them, coming back from a goal down to snatch an equaliser. Brilliantly taken goal from Sam Atkinson, but at the end of the day it just wasn't quite enough, and it's the French who are victorious in this centenary Kentish Cup. Andy?
Yeah, you know, it's one of them games, isn't it, that you know, absolutely devastated for the UKAF boys, and you know, they put a real shift in the second half, but you know, the French were very, very disciplined. They managed the game well second half. They were the better side in the first half. UKAF were the better side in the second half, and just couldn't convert one of those chances. But you know, a real credit to both sides. I thought it was a fantastic sort of final, if you like. And you know, it could have gone either way, but you know, all credit to the French. But the UKAF boys can be extremely proud of their performance. Yeah,
we've got lots of messages coming in from UKAF fans. Well done, UKAF, you all done us proud. What a fantastic second half that was, says John Douglas. Leon Duke says, proud of Diffin and the boys, really unlucky, stronger side for the majority of both games, and he enjoyed the coverage as well. Thanks a lot for that, Leon. And I'm sure that there'll be loads more messages coming through. They've given their all tonight, UKAF, but their run of 4 successive victories has come to an end. It's clearly disappointing for them, but they won't be disappointed by the performance they put in tonight. Just not quite enough. The French had the better of the first half. They were the more composed team, I think, Andy, in the first half, weren't they?
Yeah,
but in that second half, UKAF really produced the goods. Diffin Pearce is just bringing all the boys together now to gather them round so they can collect their thoughts, and he can, you know, pay tribute to the way they've really collectively come together in this game and across the fortnight, because it's been a really good performance from them. Jake Gosling just going over to the officials, and he's just complaining a little bit that he was pushed perhaps, and that the referee should have given a penalty right at the end, but it's all gone now. That's history. It's the French who are celebrating, and Allez les Bleus is going to be the message that's going across the English Channel tonight. But UKAF can feel that they have done everything they could here. That famous old trophy, Europe's oldest competitive trophy. And you can see it's the French who are enjoying their moments. Angela Parhill says, well played, UKAF, you did us proud. And he says Bryce, should have come on sooner, but you know, she says that, well, we would expect that, wouldn't we? Yeah, absolutely. But you know, the boys have done really, really well. They'll be disappointed, but you've got to rally again. You know, it's a pick-me-up. You know, that's the culmination of the UKAF season. So they go again. I'm sure Diffin will rally the boys. He'll reflect. They'll discuss it. They'll match and analyse, and you know, we go again next year. Well, and they'll be coming back, and they'll be desperate to win this cup back, because they don't like handing this old trophy over. They've had it for too long. Well, in their eyes, it's been theirs for 4 years, in fact, rather longer than 4 years, because obviously we missed out on the 2 years with COVID, and the 2018 Cup didn't happen. So they've held this trophy for quite a number of years now, but it is going to go into the hands of the French military. And actually looking at it from I'm not looking at it from a neutral point of view, I'm looking at obviously from a British point of view, but in a way it's good in a way that the trophy does go in other directions just occasionally, because it just makes it all the more important to win it back, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. And it's you know, on reflection, you know, it's been a fantastic competition. You know, the Dutch were great against UKAF, and UKAF you know, played really well and turned them over, and then the Dutch, you know, sort of got beat by the French, and then it set it up really nicely for a nice final. But I'll hand you over, John, now to announce the presentations. Yeah, well, Lieutenant Colonel Rob Swan, who is the Deputy Chair of UKAF, is just saying a few words now to the players from both sides. Really excellent performance, and rounds of applause for both teams. UKAF obviously desperately disappointed, and the French very, very much delighted with how it's gone. And he's just saying at the moment that the standard of football has been excellent. I think we would certainly wholeheartedly agree with that, Andy, wouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. It's you know, it's really military football is a fantastic standard, and it's being recognised, you know, throughout the footballing pyramid now. And you know, these players are good players. They're good athletes.
Graham Hill says, unlucky UKAF, great effort tonight. And Lauren Lee says, well done, Dad. Love Teddy. Tom Clace. So, messages coming in from all around the forces world in support of the boys. But the famous old trophy is now going to be handed over to the victorious captain for the French side, Alvin Arundel, by Donald Walker from Avanti. And sporting achievements well recognised. That Kentish Cup goes back into the hands of the French for the first time since 2012. It's their celebration. UKAF disappointed as they leave the field. But you know what? They'll be back stronger next time. I'm absolutely certain about that. And it's a difficult one. It's difficult to take when you lose, you know.
Nobody likes losing, John.
No, they don't. And actually, it's you know, it's really important that they are able to bounce back as quickly as they possibly can. But you can see the celebrations here from the French team. They have deserved it on their performance, certainly against the Dutch. And of course, that's the whole thing. On goal difference, they did the business against the Dutch. They won the game 4-0, and it's those extra goals which, at the end of the day, have been the difference. UKAF only conceding 2 goals throughout the competition. The 3-1 victory over the Dutch in the opening game, and of course it was a 1-1 draw tonight. But the French have only conceded 1 goal themselves. They've scored 5, so their goal difference, the superiority, and it's you know, it's important that these things don't go to penalty shootouts, in my view.
No, absolutely. And you know, overall on performance and over the 2 games, you know, the table doesn't lie. You know, and the French did the business against the Dutch, and then they've come and done the business against UKAF. So you know, that's tournament football. It's heartbreaking, as you can see from the celebrations from the French. They're absolutely delighted, and you can see, like you alluded to, what it means to them to win this trophy.
Well, we're going to leave you a final comment from Daz Parr. Says, well done, UKAF. Hold your heads up high, from Daz Parr. Thank you ever so much indeed for joining us this evening for our live coverage here of the 2022 Kentish Cup. It's ended in disappointment for UKAF. They've been beaten by, or they've lost the Kentish Cup at 1-1 draw on goal difference in the end. Andy Kuchar, thanks so much for joining us this evening for your expert comments. My thanks also to our cameraman here this evening, Roger Giles, and also to the team back home as well, back in our headquarters, James Smith, who's been looking after all the engineering tonight. But from me, John Knighton, and from Andy and the whole of the team, hope you've enjoyed our coverage here from Haverton Waterlooville. Leaving with this final score, it ended by UKAF 1, the French forces 1, and it's the French who will take the Kentish Cup home to France after this victory on the strength of their performance tonight, and of course a 4-0 victory over the Dutch in the first game. From all of us, it's a very good night.